Hello guys, today, we explore the journey of a man whose life blended glamour, courage, power, and tragedy. A story of hope, resilience, and leadership, and of a presidency that lasted just over 1,000 days, yet continues to define American politics and global diplomacy. This is the life of John Fitzgerald Kennedy, the 35th President of the United States, a leader whose voice still echoes in classrooms, history books, and in the timeless memory of a nation. John F. Kennedy was born on May 29, 1917, in Brookline, Massachusetts. He grew up in a large, competitive, and ambitious family. The Kennedys were no ordinary family. His father, Joseph P. Kennedy Sr., was a powerful businessman and diplomat with political aspirations for his children. His mother, Rose Fitzgerald Kennedy, came from a well-known political family in Boston. Together, they created an environment where achievement was expected and excellence was the standard. As a child, young John, or Jack, as everyone called him, was curious, witty, and charming, but behind the charisma, he faced a lifetime of health issues. Chronic illnesses kept him in and out of hospitals, yet they never stopped him from learning or dreaming. Jack developed a fascination with history, politics, and international affairs. He read deeply, thought critically, and grew into a young man with a sharp intellect and a strong interest in public service. Jack attended Harvard University, where his passion for global affairs intensified. His senior thesis, analyzing Britain's lack of preparation for World War II, later became a published book titled Why England Slept. The book revealed his ability to understand diplomacy at a young age, and the writing hinted at a future influenced by leadership and strategy. Life changed dramatically when World War II began. Jack joined the U.S. Navy and became commander of a patrol torpedo boat known as PT-109. In August 1943, during a nighttime patrol in the Solomon Islands, Kennedy's boat was struck by a Japanese destroyer, splitting it in half. Many would have surrendered to fear, but not Jack. Despite his severe back injury, he pulled wounded crew members to safety, towing one man by gripping the strap of his life vest between his teeth as he swam through dark waters. The survivors held onto a small island until rescue arrived. For his extraordinary courage and leadership, Kennedy received a Navy and Marine Corps medal and became a national hero. The war shaped him, physically, emotionally, and politically. After returning to the United States, he faced continued medical challenges, including severe spinal problems, but the Kennedy family's ambitions continued. After the tragic death of his older brother, Joseph Jr., who was originally expected to pursue political leadership, the family's political future shifted onto Jack's shoulders. He entered politics in 1946, winning a seat in the U.S. House of Representatives. From the beginning, Kennedy demonstrated a unique ability to connect with people. He listened carefully, communicated clearly, and carried a sense of warmth that made voters believe in him. 6 years later, he advanced to the United States Senate. During his time there, he focused on labor issues, Cold War foreign policy, and national defense. Despite ongoing health issues, he never appeared weak. Instead, he appeared determined. In 1953, John F. Kennedy married Jacqueline Bouvier, known to the world as Jackie. Elegant, intelligent, and cultured, she became an essential part of his public image. Together, they represented youth, charm, and possibility, a new image of American leadership. Kennedy's political momentum grew, and in 1960, he announced his candidacy for president. The campaign was energetic and historic. One of the most defining moments came during the televised debates between Kennedy and his opponent, Vice President Richard Nixon. While Nixon appeared tired and tense, Kennedy looked confident and composed. For the first time in history, Americans witnessed how television could shape politics. Kennedy's strong presence and clear message left a lasting impression. In November 1960, at just 43 years old, John F. Kennedy was elected the 35th President of the United States, the youngest elected president in American history, and the first Catholic to hold the office. His inauguration speech remains one of the most powerful speeches in American history. With clear conviction, Kennedy delivered the timeless message, "Ask not what your country can do for you, ask what you can do for your country." These words ignited a spirit of national responsibility and hope. Kennedy's presidency, though brief, was filled with defining moments. One of the earliest challenges he faced was the Bay of Pigs invasion, a failed attempt to overthrow the government of Fidel Castro in Cuba. The event was a serious setback and embarrassment for the United States. Yet instead of denying responsibility, Kennedy publicly accepted blame. His honesty, rare in politics, helped rebuild public trust and demonstrated his willingness to learn from mistakes. The Cold War intensified during Kennedy's administration. In October 1962, the United States discovered Soviet nuclear missiles stationed in Cuba. The world stood on the brink of nuclear war. For 13 tense days, Kennedy and his advisors searched for a peaceful resolution. Through careful negotiation and firm diplomacy, Kennedy reached an agreement with Soviet leader Nikita Khrushchev. The missiles were removed, and the crisis ended without war. Many historians believe his calm leadership during these tense days prevented a global catastrophe. Kennedy was also deeply committed to advancing civil rights. Although progress was slower than many activists hoped, Kennedy took critical steps to confront racial inequality. He sent federal troops to support school integration and called for comprehensive civil rights legislation. His words resonated across the nation as he declared that civil rights was not just a legal issue, but a moral one, a matter of national conscience. Kennedy also inspired scientific progress and national ambition. The space race became one of the symbolic battles of the Cold War. In 1961, Kennedy challenged America to land a man on the moon before the decade ended. His bold declaration was not just about exploration, but about pushing the boundaries of human potential. His vision eventually became reality when NASA successfully landed Apollo 11 astronauts on the moon in 1969, fulfilling a dream Kennedy never lived to see. His administration also created the Peace Corps, a program that encouraged young Americans to travel to developing nations to support education, health, and infrastructure. This initiative reflected Kennedy's belief that the United States had a responsibility not only to protect freedom, but to improve lives around the world. Kennedy's presidency symbolized youth, energy, and possibility. The White House during his time was often referred to as Camelot, a reference to the legendary kingdom of King Arthur, a place of idealism, beauty, and hope. But history can be both inspiring and heartbreaking. On November 22, 1963, during a political trip in Dallas, Texas, President John F. Kennedy rode in an open-top motorcade, waving and smiling to cheering crowds. Moments later, gunshots echoed through Dealey Plaza. Kennedy was struck and critically wounded. He was rushed to the hospital, but it was too late. At just 46 years old, John F. Kennedy was gone. News of his assassination spread across the nation and the world. Shock, grief, and disbelief overwhelmed millions. Streets fell silent. Schools paused. Families gathered around radios and television screens, trying to understand how such a vibrant and hopeful leader could be taken so suddenly. In the days that followed, the nation mourned, not only the loss of a president, but the loss of an era that felt bright, young, and full of promise. Yet Kennedy's legacy did not vanish. It lived on in the civil rights movement he helped strengthen, in the Peace Corps volunteers who traveled across the globe, in the young Americans who pursued public service, and in the footprints left on the moon just 6 years later. John F. Kennedy's story is not only about power or politics, it is about vision, resilience, duty, and the belief that leadership can inspire people to aim higher and dream bigger. His life reminds us that the measure of a leader is not the length of their time in office, but the depth of their impact on hearts, minds, and history. As we reflect on his journey, from a curious young boy in Massachusetts, to a courageous naval officer, to a transformative president, we are reminded that true leadership requires not perfection, but purpose, not certainty, but courage, and not just ambition, but compassion. John F. Kennedy's words still speak softly across generations, his hope still lingers in the promise of progress, and his legacy continues, carried by those who believe in a better tomorrow. Thank you for watching, and may we continue to ask, not what we can receive from the world, but what we can give to it.